Hi, good morning, good day, good afternoon. This is Action Coach Christian Harbeck, and today I'm welcoming Melani Craddock to this interview, and she is the owner of Multimedia Solutions. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Melani, why don't you tell us a bit about your business?
So my business is 20 years old this year. Actually, from the 1st of April, it's had its 20th year celebration, but decided to hold off the celebration until COVID has passed.
Yes.
My business started with basically, I've always wanted my own business. When I was working for a company, and I was working for Caltex at the time for about 17 years at that time.
Yep.
And I was involved in the DTP department. I was head of the DTP department and I ran it. And I also did a lot of quality management, and I was working with the people in the factory as well. So that's basically where my business has started. And Caltex then decided in 2000, March 2000, that they're going to focus on their core business. And as printing was not a core business, they wanted to outsource it rather.
Mm.
So another company bid on it and obviously got started with it.
Yeah.
And it sort of like left me in the lurch, didn't know where to go. And I saw it as an opportunity at that time to really go out there and try and do my own thing and see if I can't wing it myself. I didn't have any business experience, but I knew exactly what I wanted to do and how to please my clients and what my focus wanted to be. So multimedia solutions means a solution for everybody at the end of the day to get your brand out there, to make sure that your brand is key, the importance of your brand, managing the brand in different aspects. So I've got a vast knowledge of printing, design, corporate branding, management of the corporate image in clothing, and as well as corporate gifting. And from there, it's evolved as and when things actually happened. I basically do literally everything. My main focus is that your company's logo and its integrity is intact, and I will make sure that wherever you go, you know, your business is going to be in safe hands.
That's brilliant. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So speaking about your brand awareness and keeping that obviously in front of your client base, who would be your ideal client or your ideal target audience?
So my bread and butter audience would be basically large corporations that would need their brand to be looked at basically monthly, daily, weekly type of thing. I have one of my biggest clients at the moment, two of my biggest clients at the moment is Astron Energy. They were Caltex, then Caltex changed over to Chevron, and now it's Astron Energy. So I do below the market advertising and managing their brand. I am the above the market is normally run by ad agencies. So I work with ad agencies as well, specifically in different departments. And then, the below the line market, procurement market I'm interested in, like the BPs, because I know quite a lot about the oil industry, ShopRite, Checkers, anybody basically that needs to get a brand out there and that would not want to pay advertising fees for a job done. I can handle it basically.
Brilliant. Yeah, so obviously let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know, COVID has arrived. How has this impacted you and your business?
So a lot of my business has got to do with branding, with campaigns that's being run, with events that's being planned, and that. So since COVID, everything has come to a standstill. It literally just dropped off overnight. It's like my customers have basically just type of thing. So I haven't heard from them. I've tried to make connections to them, but because that we're all moving and because of the urgency and stuff like that, I think they concentrated on that more and focused more on that than anything else. So it's affected my turnover tremendously. It's literally come to a standstill. And although we are not a big company, it's the staff that I do have are obviously now not working at the moment either. So it's literally I'm trying to keep the pot on the go for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a tough situation. Have you done or changed or pivoted one or two things that is working for you, and maybe you want to share that?
Yeah. So what I did do is I realized that that masks are actually going to be something that's going to be needed.
Yes.
So before people jumped on the bandwagon, I started ordering masks. I've got a supplier in Durban that makes masks, and we had a connection going. So what I then did is I did some advertising on Facebook and that, and I said that to my friends, and I said, please pass around. And but the companies were more looking at a specific type of mask. Mine was just a hand washable mask that can be used, frequently used, and is affordable.
Yeah.
So that's how I then started with it. I think the first week it hit me quite badly.
Yeah.
And then the second week I just decided I can't sit like this. It's going to kill me if I actually am not busy.
Yeah.
So from that, I literally worked like non-stop for the first month and a half.
Yeah.
Where people were ordering masks, but it was individuals that was placing mask orders. It wasn't companies, so it wasn't big orders. My markup was very little. I didn't factor in freight. I didn't factor in a lot of things, and I felt that at the time, as long as it keeps me busy and it keeps me sane, that was more important and keep my name going.
Yeah.
It was more important for me to make a large profit out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now at the point where, and people were at that point not willing to wait more than 5 working days. So that was a tricky thing to try and negotiate, but I've managed to get that done. And I've had very good feedback. So I think and I've then from there on, I've basically decided, let me try and do everything PPE. So I've updated my website. Everything PPE is now available. If you want hand sanitizers, gloves, everything. The only problem that I've been finding is a lot of people are asking for quoting, but I'm not really getting the work at the moment. So I'm getting lots of quote requests, and it's large volumes, absolutely large. But I think our COVID has not escalated so quickly. And the lockdown itself, the need wasn't there for it yet. So, it's I'm available, but it hasn't really come to pass yet.
Yeah, I think it will take a few more months until there is a bit of change happening. I think it's a bit of a slow kickstart of the economy again, which is quite tough on all of us.
Slow, yeah.
That being said, smart people learn from their mistakes, and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what mistakes did you make along the way, and how can other entrepreneurs learn from your experience? And I know you've mentioned a couple of things, but maybe you can just laser focus on that a little bit.
Okay, so since lockdown 3 has started, I actually thought that things would actually come right a lot quicker. It didn't.
Yeah.
And that was my biggest mistake. So I sort of got complacent, thought that, my clients will start contacting me. I have reached out to them, but at that time, nobody was available yet. So yes, I've made mistakes where the masks are concerned, but at the end of the day, I still feel that I addressed the need at that time, and I wasn't willing to now go and escalate the price just because I now wanted to make a profit. So for me, COVID is not about profit at this point in time. It's more about getting everybody masked up. You can see it as a mistake because I did not work in my freight cost, which was silly. But at the end of the day, instead of making maybe 10 Rand on a mask, I in the end made about 5 Rand on a mask.
Yeah.
So I still made a profit. I still didn't get a loss, and I didn't win. I didn't go right down to break even point. So those are the type of things that I don't really like to. I'm not so good with costing.
Okay.
Uh, so I would suggest people. I would maybe have to go on a course or something like that that helps me and that can address those things for me, because
Mm.
I'm so eager just to help people that I actually forget about all the other things.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, my biggest mistake.
Okay.
And I've tried to overcome it. I've now put things in place at the moment. So I've got like a tick list of what I actually
Very
need
good.
to make sure of, that I actually need to factor in when I am quoting now. So I've done that. What I've also done now lately is we've just had a social media person that actually joined our chapter,
Yeah.
and I've decided that social media is not my forte. I've decided I'm going to test the market, see if that will work.
Okay.
And she's running the campaign now for me for 3 months to see if it actually will work and it will take off. And then we'll take it from there. So yes, my visibility is more than before. Yeah.
Good. So it's important, Min, that you have definitely done something to pivot your business, which I think is so important, because yeah, sitting back and relaxing and waiting for the customers to come to you, I think is no longer the ideal or the realistic scenario. It's now more building, good relationships with your client, and yeah, just asking even what is going on in their life without selling anything. And I think that's
Yeah,
really
no, I've started doing that. Yeah,
yeah,
I've definitely done that.
yeah,
But at the moment, I feel that a lot of the time it's still very difficult to make that connection, because people are just so in their own cocoon at the moment. One thing that I have done, I've actually heard that one of my suppliers, the one lady, she contracted COVID,
mm,
and I was like, I've been sending her messages every single day, just checking in how she's
that's nice.
doing much better. And she actually messaged me yesterday and said to me, "Thank you very much. I really appreciate it."
That's
So
brilliant.
yeah, so just that personal connection with your suppliers and with your clients as well, I think that makes a huge difference. Um, and make that connection. Your suppliers are incredibly important. Do
Yeah,
not discard them, because without a good supplier, you can't give a good product. So yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
that's
that's
like I love my suppliers. We've built a connection the past 20 years. So yeah, I don't go to any supplier. They are vetted by me, and
mm,
I'm very strict. So I'll rather pay a little bit more and know
yeah,
that I'm going to do a good job in the end, um, for the job that they want. But I know that when I give it over to my client, they're going to
yeah,
be happy with it.
yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Now, if I could give you a time machine and take you back 12 months, what would you have done differently 12 months ago?
Knowing what was going to happen? No.
Not not really knowing, but now that you know what's happening, but what
Yeah.
would you have done differently 12 months ago? And I'm asking this question, if I could give you an example. So a lot of people have come back to me and said, "Man, I wish I would have had a safety net, something where I can fall back to, like a rescue account, something
So
that will then take me." And you've done that.
I've done that. So that's
Okay.
actually what's been helping me through this. I've got an awesome financial advisor from our chapter that I've met about 12 months ago. It's about just over 12 months ago.
Yeah.
And um, and in that time, he actually told me that I needed to put money away. I need to be able to live for at least 3 months without seeing
Brilliant.
consequences. And I said to him, "There's no ways I can do this." And he said to me, "Well, let's start small,
Mm,
and then every month we just increase it." And we've done that. So and I have been able to pay my salary as well as my staff salary for the past 3 months. So
brilliant.
now I'm at a point where it's like,
Brilliant.
okay, it's completed. But I actually said to him the other day, thank you. If it wasn't for you pushing me, I wouldn't have done it. I would have found an excuse not to do it. And I would have been in a world of pain by now.
Well done.
So, from that aspect, I am very, very grateful to him
Mm.
that he's actually forced me to do it.
Brilliant.
And we're actually having a meeting this afternoon as well because of the interest rates and stuff like that that's
Mm.
moving around and that so much. He's just going to give me more financial advice of where I actually need to do my investments and stuff like that on. So 12 months ago, I wasn't there.
Okay.
And that's really helped me. Yeah, I didn't have to go into overdraft or anything yet, which is quite amazing. But
Brilliant.
we've also lived very frugally as well
Yeah.
because he instilled that in me. So, but from a business perspective, maybe 12 months ago, I should have actually started my social media a little bit earlier,
Okay.
concentrated on that a lot more, and rather get um, more
Yeah.
customers on board. Yeah, yeah.
Build more awareness, more customers on board. Yeah.
Complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been very complacent with that is concerned. Most of my customers are with me for about 20 years,
Mm.
and yeah, and I rely on them,
Mm.
and that's basically the mat's been pulled out of from under my feet where that's
Yeah.
concerned. But yeah,
Well done on taking on a financial advisor. I have to congratulate her on that. That's really amazing, and it's important that we in future going forward actually do these things, that we have a little bit of a slush fund that is on the side when something happens again, that we can pull back into that. So coming to my second last question, Melanie, I've got all your details which are listed below. How people can reach out to you. Is there anything special that you're offering at the moment that the audience out there should, ring you up immediately?
yes. So at the moment, we are running a campaign for Women's Day, because Women's Day is the 9th of August, as
Yeah.
everybody is aware, and basically our main heading is that not everybody is a hero, but a woman is a hero, because especially during this time, they have taken on so much more. They are mom now, they are house cleaner, they are housekeeper, they are the person that looks after you, they are the person that works full day still, and some of them are nurses and doctors and stuff like that. They are in the front line. So recognize them, or the women in your business. But that being said, it's not just about women. It's about
Yeah.
everybody that's working with the women as well. So maybe do a drive where you say thank you, not just to the women in your life, but also thank you to everybody that's been pulling together the staff. Just give them recognition. It can be something very, very small,
Mm.
but something that's useful. So yeah, I would say do that, and yeah, give me a ring. I've got amazing things on offer that we can brand with your company name on,
Okay.
and get the message out there that you are still around. That's the other thing as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that people are aware of the fact that your company is still doing all right, and it's afloat and it's busy. It is there. It's ready to get more business.
Brilliant. Yeah, definitely asking everyone out there to please do reach out to Melanie. And coming to my last question, and I think it's the most important one. I think, what is the most inspiring thing for you today?
The selflessness of some people. I've met some people that are absolutely amazing. They don't think about themselves. They are all pulling together. They are all having one goal, and this is to make us all just survive through this time. My BNI group, I must say, is absolutely phenomenal. The days where some people are not doing well, and they all pull together. They are finding ways and means of trying to help each other, trying to assist each other. And if I did not have a group that I could connect with every single Tuesday at a specific time, I
Yeah.
think it would have been a lot more difficult for me. So join a group. Doesn't have to be BNI, but join a group where you feel comfortable and people that can build you up and not break you down. And I think if you can do that and you have that type of thing around you and those connections around you, you will survive through this, definitely. And
Super.
I think the human being is just geared to survive. They will get the knock, roll with it, and then they'll get up again, and then they'll get going again.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Melanie, for your time. It's been really inspiring having this interview with you. And everybody out there, please do reach out to Melanie from Multimedia Solutions. If you need anything, you know where you can get that from now. Yeah, thank you again.
Pleasure. Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you.